Hi, everybody. My name is Stephanie, and I am presenting the jaguar as an endangered animal. That is its common name, with its Latin name being Panthera onca. And I decided to do my presentation on jaguars because I truly love them. I've always really liked big cats. And this is actually the largest cat in the Americas, with the other two large cats being found in Africa and in Asia. And so, yeah, I've just always thought that they were really beautiful. And so I decided to do my presentation on them to learn a little bit more about them. So in terms of their taxonomy, they are in kingdom Animalia. No surprise to us. They are in phylum Chordata, meaning that they're animals with a backbone, with a post-anal tail. They are in class Mammalia, meaning that they are warm-blooded, they gave birth to live young, and most importantly, they can provide milk for their babies. Then they are in order Carnivora, meaning that they are carnivores, and it actually refers to their size of their canines, their teeth, and their hunting abilities as well. Then they are in family Felidae, meaning that they're cats, so that they have kind of like shortened snouts and they have retractable claws. And then we see that they are in genus Panthera, meaning that they are large roaring cats. And then its specific species is onca, referring to the jaguar, of course. In terms of its identification, a lot of people confuse them with leopards, but leopards have kind of like big spots that are empty. And when you look at the spots on the fur coat of a jaguar, they've got these little markings on the inside. So their spots are actually called rosettes. They also are stockier than their leopard counterparts. They have shorter, kind of like more muscular tails and legs. They're just kind of like a much stronger animal. And here you can see a size comparison next to a person so that you can appreciate their size. And in terms of their weight, they're not super, super heavy animals, but considering how powerful and how muscular they are, they're still a formidable predator. In terms of their habitat, they do live in tropical rainforest habitats. They are considered an apex predator, meaning a top-level predator. They're known to hunt animals like capybaras, and they can actually hunt even aquatic animals like crocodiles as well. And that's thanks to their really powerful jaws that they can use while they're hunting. In terms of their range, they used to have a really extensive range through all of North, Central, and South America. Here in the light orange, you can see that they used to have a very wide range. But what you see in the darker orange over here, this is their current range. And so you can see that they're really not found in North America anymore. They've been significantly reduced in their size in Central America, and then in South America, they've really been secluded to the more kind of like secluded areas. In terms of where you see a lot more urbanization, that's really where they've been driven out. Unfortunately, their population is vulnerable. We can see that their populations have significantly decreased over time. And again, one of the big concerns is that they can see that these populations are shrinking to less and less spaces in the Americas. In terms of their threats, it kind of looks like I'm wearing the fur coat. In terms of their threats, they used to be poached because they do have such beautiful fur coats. There's also a lot of issues with human intolerance. A lot of the farmers that live in that area, if there's like a jaguar that comes by to try to kill their livestock, to try to kill like their cows or their sheep that they have on their farms, it's a threat to the locals that live there. So they actually kill the jaguars to protect their farmlands. But probably the most significant threat for jaguars is their habitat loss. As more and more deforestation occurs, there's physically less and less places for these jaguars to live, which actually makes sense when I was researching their habitats, because it's always the urbanized areas that you see the decrease of those jaguars there. In terms of conservation efforts, there's a couple of different organizations that are involved. So CITES stands for the Convention on the International Trade of Endangered Species, and they've done a lot to be able to kind of like limit how much jaguar goods we could sell. So for example, they're the ones that have put like bans on jaguar fur coats. And then you have the Wildlife Conservation Society, which does a lot of fundraising to be able to establish protected areas. So it prevents deforestation from occurring there. That way the jaguars can live there without fear of having their areas taken away from them. And then in terms of what you can do to get involved, making sure that you're kind of like vocal on social media about some of the issues that they're facing. You can get involved with legislation, like you can write letters to legislators. You can, vote for politicians that have green policies. As for the World Wildlife Fund, they always do a lot of great work with fundraising to be able to protect areas. I actually donate every year for my birthday. I do kind of like a big Facebook fundraiser for my birthday where I ask friends and family to donate money so that I can donate it to the WWF on my behalf. And they actually sent me a Jaguar stuffed animal the other day. I shouldn't say the other day, for my birthday, because of, some of the efforts that I do to be able to try to protect them. I would love to one of these days be able to go to an ecotourism to be able to hopefully see a jaguar in its natural habitat, of course, in a protected place. I'm not interested in seeing it in a zoo. And a personal decision that I have made is I actually have significantly reduced the amount of meat that I eat. One of the reasons why deforestation occurs so much, particularly in areas of Brazil, is to support our meat and our agriculture business. And so if it's sustained, if it's farmed sustainably or farmed in the United States, I'll eat meat. But if, a company or a restaurant or, a supermarket can't tell me where their meat came from, I typically don't buy it because I don't want to accidentally support these deforestation practices. And these are my works cited where I was able to get a lot of my information. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Bye.